Hello and welcome everybody to yet another glorious episode of the Trial and Aaron podcast. We call it The Tap. I'm your host, Aaron, and unfortunately today's not going to be the standard issue, happy-go-lucky, lighthearted, and goofy episode of The Tap. I want to talk about Charlie Kirk today. I've waited about a week, let my emotions, like the emotional dust, settle a little bit. I've seen all the bullshit on the internet. I've let that rage kind of resonate. I wanted to go into this podcast sober, clear-minded, have my notes with me, and I just want to use my words precisely. I want them to be thoughtful, unlike a lot of people that I've seen online who it's absolutely their right to share their opinion, but they're absolutely thoughtless and soulless, and it just sucks to see. And I want to call those people out, and I wanted to share kind of what I'm going through, as this is a very monumental moment in our nation's history. I want to say kind of not to the depth of JFK, but it's something akin to, like, we'll always know where we were when we heard Charlie Kirk was murdered. Kind of like where I remember where I was when Kobe Bryant's helicopter went down, where I was when 9/11 happened, which was also last week. So this is just a lot of emotions, a lot of world's just going a little crazy right now, and I usually want the tap to be that kind of safe, happy-go-lucky place that people can turn to. But this time around, I wanted to share, just get really serious. Not that I'm not serious in previous episodes and stuff like that. You guys know I have a serious side, but mostly with as crazy as the world is today, I like to be lighthearted. But today, I checked recently that I am lucky enough to have 81 followers. That's wild. I'm not saying that to kiss my own ass, not to be a narcissist, but that is 81 people. They could listen to anybody else. They could do anything else they want, but they decided to give me the time of day. So I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you watching this video or listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're getting the tap. If you're spending your time letting me talk and just listen and resonate what I have to say, thank you so much. It means the world. And not looking or trying to offend anybody with what I'm going to say in this episode. Here's just a forewarning. A lot of my emotions and opinions, like, they're kind of melded into one, but I just wanted to express myself with this platform, with 81 people. I think I'm subscribed to myself, so 80 people, whatever. I'm 81, I'm listening. Just wanted to share what I have to say after hearing so much and, like I said, letting the emotional dust settle. So I want to get into it. It's a LaCroix, don't worry. Like I said, it's over. Man, last week sucked. That's kind of what I had the title in my notes. Last week fucking sucked. There was, leading into it, the woman that was murdered on the subway, and didn't see that. I don't want to see that video. Didn't see the Charlie Kirk video either. There's enough, got enough horrible things in my head, and I don't need to see it. The repercussions are enough for me to deal with. 9/11 happened, and just remembering where all of us were, and ironically, in my opinion, since it happened over 20 years ago, 9/11, when we think about it now, it's something, yes, it was awful, but now it's a reminder of how galvanized we were, how truly united we were as a country in the wake of that heinous, horrendous, monstrous terrorist attack. I remember, like, when I was, like, playing football when I was little, and we would just do the national anthem prior to the game, hold up our helmets. We were juiced, ready to go. Before every single game that football season in Pee Wee's, we'd go out to center field and just form a big ring, holding hands with the other team, a big circle. We'd listen to God Bless America. And that really resonated. We're truly together, which it seems like a complete polar opposite of where we're at today in 2025. Just horrible. I was at the landfill working. It was a good day so far. I had a smile on my face, had a good workout, wrote in the morning, and then Brad K's old Bradley Lou gets off of lunch, and he's like, wants to talk to me. I'm in my haul truck, and I get out. I'm like, what's going on, Lou? And he's like, they tried to kill our boy Charlie. I'm like, what are you talking about? They said they shot Charlie Kirk. I wouldn't listen to this guy religiously or anything, but I know him. I know his clips. I've seen him in interviews. I listened to an interview with Bill Maher on Joe Rogan's podcast. It's like I'm very familiar with him, and I like his likeness, who he is as a person, what he stands for, and how he'd challenge the youth of this country to debate him and have a dialogue, talk. And don't just get offended and storm off because you have nothing better to say or have no counter argument. Of course, Charlie Kirk's clips are just going to be him dominating whatever, but I'm open to see clips of people in an honest debate where he's pushed to the limit. I want to see that. I would love to see that. But it just seems as if all we're being fed from those feeds are just kind of radical thinking college students. And college students, you're very prone to what am I trying to say? Just not quite in touch, it seems. There's a lot of lofty ideals, very left-leaning, to be expected in college. I was way more left-leaning in college, and now as I've entered the real world and see how things go, it's okay, I'm very, as a forewarning, very center-massed, very moderate when it comes to my politics and beliefs. Very live and let live, different strokes for different folks, love who you gotta love, do whatever you gotta do, just leave kids out of it. And that's pretty much, if I had a basis of a foundation, a platform that I'm gonna stand on when it comes to these things, that is it. Just leave kids out of it. Leave kids out of it. So, anyways, now that that's out of the way, Brad, talk to me. Let me know what happened. And I just kept checking my news feeds, what have you, news feeds, YouTube, seeing whatever is updated, and then sure enough, he's gone, he's dead, and that it rattled me. It shook me to the core. He was murdered. This really happened. This isn't a dream. This isn't a clip from the Babylon Bee. Not that they would post anything like that, but it's not a spoof. It's not fake. This is real. He was murdered. He was murdered in Utah. Shot. Everybody knows the story. I was sick to my stomach, nauseous, of just really, we've really gotten to this point. Not that politicians and people, we've been murdering each other for centuries. This one just hit different because the guy was 31, father of 2 kids, 2 beautiful little kids, a wife. Made me think, little brother Skylar, he's around the age, 2 kids, whatever. It's just we just are, there's such a disconnect when you see someone on TV or your phone screen. It's they're just a character, not real. They are real. He was real. What happened to him was very real. And I just wanted to take a chance to just thoughts and prayers of his family, loved ones, friends, everybody who's just crushed by this meaningless and just heinous act that took his life. Makes no fucking sense. And before I go on a tirade, and I will go on a tirade, I cannot go on this tirade, otherwise I'd look like the biggest hypocrite in the world. Egg on my face. Because I want to call out people who are delighting and cheering on what happened to this man. And if people know me, listen to the podcast, they know over a year ago now I declared a blood feud. In jest, a blood feud against this guy who I was volunteering at Youth Day. I said, hey, guy, don't park there. The guy parked there. He said, don't make this a thing. And that just struck such a chord with me. I was like, this motherfucker. I was like, all right, I'll use it as content for the tap. Don't make this a thing. All right, I want to make the tap a big-ass thing. I'll just have my success be the best revenge. And a handful of months later, come to find out, I got a call from good old King Calvi. I was at soup night, and he gave me a call and said, hey, you know the guy? I was like, yeah, what about the guy? He's like, the guy died. I'm like, what? It was shock. It was disbelief. I was just like, what? Just could not believe what I was hearing. This guy died. I guess he had cancer. So I'm calling myself out because my initial reaction was unfavorable, a little gross. There was some laughter out of more, as I reflect on it, more just in utter disbelief, really, what? And then part of me felt some vindication that, all right, this guy who talking to multiple people about him was like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit to me and multiple people who are some of the nicest people on earth, not naming any names, but it's yeah, he was difficult to deal with from some very level-headed and calm people. And I was like, wow, I can draw my consensus. This guy's a piece of shit. Did I want him to die? Absolutely not. And as I was having this reaction in my heart, in the back of my mind, I was like, I should not be should not be reacting this way. this is not me. This is not intrinsic to who I am as a person. I'm a lot more thoughtful and heartfelt, and I have a lot more humanity to me than that. And it fucked with me. I really journaled about it, talked to my therapist about it at the time of just why did I feel this way? I think there was just a gross overreaction to as someone, I have undiagnosed ADHD, whatever. And just, I don't know, with that comes with a sense of balance and imbalance, and then the overall the universe. It's what drove me crazy about COVID and crazy about when I see stuff online. Just every ounce of me wants to go in there and just fall for the trap, fall for the algorithm, and just dispute and yell and scream and just say the worst, most awful things ever. But I felt like in that instance, the scales tipped back to bouncing a little bit, but not at the cost of a man's life. In the day when Calvi told me this guy died, I also thought, wow, there's a little girl, because when he parked there, when he told me don't make it a thing, out came his wife, out came a curly-headed little girl, no more than 3. And that little girl no longer has a father. As shitty as he may have been to me, I don't know what he was like behind closed doors, to his wife, the family, to that little girl. Maybe he's an amazing father. I don't know. But she doesn't have one anymore, and that lady doesn't have a husband anymore. And that's what the cathartic change in my heart came to. I'm able to dwell on that. Do I still think he was a piece of shit to me? Absolutely. And I wish he would have changed. I wish if I was knocking on death's door, that I would go out with grace and humility and say happiness towards other. I guess some people decide they want to be steaming piles of shit and be really mean and cruel to the end. At least that's what I experienced. And with the evidence, anecdotal evidence from others, I'm able to draw that conclusion. But was able to get past that and realize that's not the person I want to be. I don't want to be a piece of shit who laughs when someone dies. That's not who I am. And again, just trying to sing my praise as a good person. I knew that was wrong. I knew I wasn't truly like that. It was just bad moment drawing up to, again, the disbelief and just kind of in shock. And that was the reaction. So that's not to say that some people who are jovial or laughing, maybe that is something they'll regret later on. Wow, I shouldn't have done that. The difference between that and me, I talked about on the podcast and stuff, the Blood Feud episode, the guy was still alive at the time, but just, I'm not going on Instagram making special posts or finding any posts of celebrations and saying, yes, another one down or whatever. Never did I go that far. Never did I ever have the gall to post something online so fucking heinous, celebrating the death of somebody. Anyways, I digress. So I wanted to address people. If your gut reaction was anything but this is fucking awful, objectively awful, and should never happen. I was a fan of Whoopi Goldberg back in the day. Hate her guts now on The View. I think she's out of her mind. Jimmy Kimmel, thought he was great back in the day. I think he's just a talking head, a propaganda piece for certain political ideologies. Both of them I saw posted exactly what I wanted to see. We should not be, this is awful. Prayers to his family. We should never be afraid to speak our mind. And again, as much as I despise Whoopi and Jimmy, they have the freedom of speech, and they are entitled to their opinion, and they get to say whatever they want to say, no matter how much it might make me salty or anything like that. And damn it, never should they ever be afraid for their lives. Never should they be shot for insane disagreements or not liking what they have to say. You don't kill them. You destroy them in conversation and debates. That's how you do it, with your words. It's humanity took a step back. And it continued to spiral with seeing online and stuff. I mean, I wasn't going comment searching because I was just going to get more and more enraged. And if your initial reaction upon hearing about Charlie Kirk's murder was either to go online and celebrate, go online to bring up any sort of political opinion, using his death as a way to promote a political belief or an issue or something like that, couple suggestions. I invite all of you to pull your heads out of your ass. Breathe some fresh air. Take a big whiff. And then somehow put out your hands, your feelers. Just try to find some semblance of fucking humanity. The fact that people did that, just take a second and just bask in a bit of humanity. Feel sad, feel awful for the wife and kids. For Charlie, he's no longer here anymore. All he did was have conversations. Did I believe lockstep everything he did? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I thought he was a bit of a smartass. Yeah. He was so well spoken and just a brilliant guy, stood up for what he believed in. You can debate him or not debate him, and people just, they would flounder. They had nothing to really counteract what he had to say, let alone answer the question, what is a woman? It's just like, in everybody else, you're entitled to your beliefs, but just debate him, ruin him. There's other people like Charlie. Find someone, debate them. You don't need to hate each other. We get so married. I'm just on full rant mode now. We get so married to our ideas, and I'm guilty of this too. Absolutely, still am. But my beliefs and ideals, we merge them with ourselves, with our person. When people attack the belief and ideal, we immediately go on the defensive and say, hey, you're taking personal jabs at me. You're shitting on me as a person. No, they're attacking the argument. And if you don't have any facts to support your argument other than what I saw on TikTok, what I saw on Instagram, a poll, whatever it may be, people aren't questioning it, especially if it's some random like Instagram. You have no idea. You see a number, you see a video clip, whatever it is, you're not going to stop and think for a second that the video's altered, or maybe this isn't completely and utterly factual. We believe it because we want to. Yes, this is, say, an anti-Trump post. I'm going to believe that despite whatever, any evidence to the contrary, or any evidence to anything supporting it. It's not there. Fuck it. This is a story that I want to believe in. Vice versa. Oh, Joe Biden, I want to believe that because he's a scumbag. I think he's a piece of shit. This story, I'm not going to fact check it, but I'm going to believe it. I'm going to spread it as if it were gospel, as if it were absolute truth. There's certain politicians I absolutely hate, demonize, and just, I want them, I want the democratic process to skin them alive. I want debates to skin them alive. I want better policies to come into play that help average, ordinary people have their day in the sun, to have some sort of dog in the fight when it comes to these policies being made or what's happening to us in this country. Like, we need to save our own culture, save our own humanity. For all the people that, wanted to celebrate Charlie Kirk's death, that wanted to post a political thought that is anything other than, hey, this is awful. Rhetorical question. Are you out of your fucking mind? It seems as if you are. We should really be asking, are you out of your soul? Are you out of touch? It seems like so many of us are, and I've had my moments. But damn it all, this is an opportunity, a very easy opportunity for every single one of us, no matter your race, your creed, your religion, your political affiliation, to all of us step back and just say, this is fucking awful. This is fucking awful. And that is a common ground we all can stand on. So the conversation doesn't die with Charlie, but we start from his death as a collective agreement that this is awful. And the conversation start from there. We can't agree on something, and that's it. We can agree it's awful. Let the conversation start there. Let that spark start there. And have a conversation. Like, shout out to my friend Maddie. Like, she's not, I wouldn't say a radical left, no, but like, she's left. She went to UCD. She's from Oregon. And I, as a moderate, it's like I have very strong ideals and stuff that we disagree on, but able to talk to her, and she's still a homie. She's still a homie. We disagree on stuff, but I never feel insulted to her, by her. If I'm going off on a rant, I got to stop, pump the brake, and say, I apologize if that seemed like I was going after you, because I'll get worked up, but we also got to, I think it means a lot if we can step back and say, hey, I acknowledge I was getting a little feisty, not towards you. Like, give me your point of view. Just humanity. Be humane about it, not a fucking ruthless savage about it, where you need to not just prove someone wrong, you need to bury them. You need them to feel stupid for your triumph to be complete. Not the case. Not the case. I think if we shared a joint and listened to some music and talked about how we were brought up or whatever, and start there, get to know each other better. If we knew each other, we wouldn't be going that hard. Like, because we don't know each other, won't suffer circumstances or consequences. We think we can just be complete assholes to people. And the internet just bolsters that. We can just be these faceless monsters saying whatever we want. Or maybe we go on Facebook and we post something because we want to be seen, because that's all some people have. I try to just keep my stuff exclusive. I just did a photo dump today with dear old Kit Kat and other things going on in life. Nay, do I post a political statement just to stir the pot, just so people can, hey, see me, look, here's my opinion on this graphic that I didn't make, and all these people doing thinking for me, because goddamn it, I won't be able to debate it in public, because that requires research and forethought, afterthought, whatever. Anyways, where the hell is I going with this? Notes, save me. Man, people just fickle. We all need to lament this. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I mean, do we need to post something being sad about certain issues, every issue out there in order for our feelings to be validated? Can we sit in silence? Can we talk to people about it offline and express ourselves that way? I've already talked to a lot of people and shared how I feel that I'm saying right now on this podcast. But, well, since I have a podcast, might as well speak on it. And, again, not trying to offend anybody, but damn it all, if you delighted, again, like I'm just beating this dead horse. If you delighted or made a political statement based off this, especially when it comes to guns or just whatever, anything other than this is awful, fucking get it together. Listen to Tim Dillon's podcast. It's amazing. He's like, you must be in a very bad place in life to where that's your reaction. A lot of hate in your life. Purge it. Go on vacation. Turn off your phone. Maybe start there. Go on a vacation from your phone for a little bit. Man. Let's see, Brian. Oh, yeah. So I was skipping all over the place. Didn't even mention, say, the gentleman, how I knew that, like, my heart was, like, changing for the better. When Brian Thompson was murdered by Luigi, whatever. He was the insurance guy, like the CEO, president, just someone we all should collectively hate. You know, these insurance companies just shitting all over us, not giving us the healthcare we deserve, paying a ton of money, and then just getting shanghaied and hoodwinked by like turns of phrases, the contractual loopholes and whatnot, to where we don't get our healthcare. This guy was just that classic in a movie, you want to see him dead, but this is real life, and my gut reaction was like, oh, we're murdering people in the street now, and people are like, we want more, we need more. I'm like, well, there's kids without a dad now. There's a family shattered. Again, there's a documentary, he was a monster to his wife and kids. It's like, well, he deserves jail. He deserves jail there. But I don't know. I'm just speaking hypotheticals. I was like, wow. More shocked. I'm like, all right, the CEO's dead now. Will all the prices of insurance magically drop? Will people all get the healthcare they deserve? I'm not sure. Don't think so. Not quite. But just my heart went out to the family. Just the humanity took hold. The humanity did. And I just want people to really sit back, think about your reaction. Was it right? Was it objectively right? Because there is an objectively right answer to this. If it's not sadness, sometimes you gotta be sad. Sometimes, it's just real, you know, it's very sad. And, the weeks to come, you know, I'm not trying to have these mournful, morose, politically charged, I don't say politically charged, just humanitarily charged, podcast episodes. Just wanted to express myself. I'd be damned if I let this age go by months and like not speak about how I like truly felt in the moment. I want to look back this episode. Future Aaron, what's going on, big dog? Just hopefully you're slaying and having a happy life, wife, kids, publish novels. Fuck yeah, baby. But yeah, I want to reflect on this and be like, okay, I had a right reaction. But yeah, he wasn't. Saw no violence incited. Saw him cause no. Other than, say, emotional damage to people that just get destroyed by him in debates. Yeah, I saw that. But he wasn't a monster. He just had different opinions than you. And he did not deserve to die for it. I was wanting to like finish this off maybe a happy note, but I just feel like it would take away from just the overall tone of this. It just wouldn't feel tonally accurate. But I just appreciate you guys for listening to this, about a half hour of just me kind of like rambling. Maybe I'm echoing some thoughts. Maybe you were one of those people that, you know, called out. I think your head's up your ass. Pull it out. Breathe. It's good for you. Go out and hug somebody, you guys. Go out and hug somebody. Go out And go out there, just get silly, be safe, talk to each other. Love you guys. Till next time. Bye-bye.
You lose! Good day, sir!